Hello, welcome back students. This is a part 3 of the video for the topic geometry. How are you students? Hope all are fine. Hope all of you practiced the previous video on the topic parallel lines and polygons. Okay, now we are going to deal with the third topic of the chapter, third subtopic for the chapter geometry. Okay, chapter 4 geometry. Okay. Now, so that is the topic today we are going to deal with this Pythagoras theorem. Okay, now I will introduce to you the famous scientist, mathematician Pythagoras. Okay. So the Pythagoras is the mathematician is the one who introduced the Pythagoras theorem, and the theorem is known by the famous mathematician's name Pythagoras theorem. Okay. Now we will see what is the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, this Pythagoras theorem, it applies only to right angle triangles. You know what is a right angle triangle, right? A right angle triangle is a triangle you can see it has a 90-degree angle here. Okay, it has one right angle in a triangle. You know triangle is a plane figure, and then it has this side is called as hypotenuse. So which side is the hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is always opposite to the right angle, and it is the longer side of a triangle. The other two sides are the legs of the triangle, and the side opposite to the right angle is the hypotenuse. Okay, so according to Pythagoras theorem, as theorem states that hypotenuse squared, okay, here I have given c squared. Okay, I have named the hypotenuse as c. So hypotenuse squared is equals to the sum of the square of the other two sides. In other words, hypotenuse is equals to the sum of the square of the legs. Okay, leg squared. So that is what this is the Pythagorean theorem, that is a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. Or in other words, hypotenuse squared is equals to the sum of the square of the other two sides. Okay. Now we will see to the next. Okay. See students, this is a now students, all of you please take out your textbook, page 130. All of you please take out your textbook. Now, you know what is, I already told you what is Pythagoras theorem. In right angle triangle, the square on the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the square on the other two sides. That is what the Pythagoras theorem states. Now, did you open the textbook, students? Please take out your textbook, page 130. Okay, this is the example question in your textbook. Page 130, this is a question from the textbook. So, according to the question, you can see here, this is a triangle. It's a right angle triangle. One of the sides is 4, the other side is labeled D, and the hypotenuse, which is the longest side, is labeled 7 cm. Okay, now see the question says find the unknown variable. Which is unknown? D is the unknown variable. So, we will find out how it is to be done. Okay, that is, we will solve it now. Okay. Now, according to Pythagoras theorem, in a right angle triangle, what did I say? The square on the hypotenuse, okay, is equal to the sum of the square of the other two sides. So, hypotenuse is which? 7. 7 square. The hypotenuse square is equals to d square plus 4 square. Sum of the leg square. Okay. So, now what is 7 square, students? 7 squared is 49 and 4 squared is 16. Now I have transposed here d squared is equals to 49 minus 16. I have transposed 49 to the 16 to the other opposite side. So positive became negative. So d is equals to root of 33 and d is equals to 5.74 centimeter. Okay, so what is d? How much is d, students? D is 5.74 centimeter. Okay, that is, so we found out the unknown variable. Okay, now we will see to the next. Okay, students, here this is also another example question. The question is find the unknown variable. Okay, let me finish drawing the triangle. Okay, now students, this here in this triangle, you can see this is a triangle. Okay, but here I have dropped a perpendicular, right? That means you can see it has two triangles. Okay, and here if this is one triangle and this is another triangle, the hypotenuse of this triangle is 13 centimeter and this triangle is 5 centimeter. Okay, similar question is in the textbook. They haven't named a triangle. That's why for you to be familiar with such types of triangle which is not named, I drew a triangle without name. Okay, so this side is hypotenuse 13 centimeter. We are speaking about this triangle alone. Okay, this 13 hypotenuse. Okay, here the right angle it is. Here in your figure textbook also the right angle is not given. That's why I haven't labeled it. Here this is labeled D and here the down one of the leg is 5. And here this is also a triangle. Okay, now first to find the unknown variable means here we have to first find out D. Okay, first we will find D. Okay, that is D is going to be how much, students? See, D here the hypotenuse is 13. So according to the Pythagorean theorem, hypotenuse squared is equal to the sum of the square of the other two sides, right? Now we have to find one of the legs. So that will be leg squared is equal to hypotenuse squared minus the other leg, other side. So D squared is equal to 13 squared minus 5 squared. So now you will simplify it, students. D 13 squared is how much? 169 and 5 squared is 25. Subtracted to get 144. Now what is root of 144? It is simple. D is equals to 12. Root of 144 is 12. Okay, that's it. So now we found out D. Now we will find out X. Okay, find the unknown variable. So first we found out D, now we will find out X. So now you see when you analyze this part of this triangle, okay, this is the second triangle. Here you can see I have given, see, I have labeled these symbols shows that it is these two sides are equal. Okay, so this side and this side are equal. That means if this is 12 centimeter, this is also going to be 12 centimeter. Got it? So this is a type of this is an isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle has two sides equal. Okay, so this side we already found out because it is adjacent to another side triangle. Okay, so D is the 12 which we already found out. Since this is side and this side is equal, this side is also going to be 12 centimeter. Now we will simplify. Okay, we are going to solve for X. We are going to solve for X. Okay, now students, what is X here in this triangle? In this triangle, X is the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse squared is equals to sum of the square of the other two sides. What is the other two sides? Here it is 12. Here also it is 12 centimeter. So hypotenuse square is equals to, that is X squared is equals to 12 squared plus 12 squared. So X squared is equals to 144 plus 144. 12 squared is 144. Okay, now when you add it, you will get 288. Okay, so now what is root of 288? It is a decimal. It is 17. Okay, root of 288. It is rounded off. 288. It is rounded off. Okay. Now the next is, students, we will move on to the next one. See, this is the question from your textbook, students, exercise 3. The question number 14. Okay, this is a question from your textbook, exercise. I asked you to open your page, right? I told you the page number was page 130. Okay, so this is the question from your textbook, exercise 3, page 130. I wrote the page number in the previous slide. So now this is question number 14 from your textbook. Okay, I'll read the question. A ship sails 20 kilometers due north. Okay, so due north means it should be upright. I'll draw the line for you. Okay, a ship is sailing due north 20 kilometers and then 35 kilometers due east. Due east it is traveling 35 kilometers. How far is it from the starting point? This is the starting point. How far is it from the starting point? So I'll draw that line. So you see now what is the shape of this? What is the shape? It's a triangle, and it is a right angle triangle. See, because it is not, it is moved north, then it has moved east. So it will be a right angle here. Okay. This line is perpendicular to this line. See, it has first moved north, then east. So it is, we drew it and we got a perfect right angle triangle. Now what should you find out? So how far is it from the starting point? That is from here till here. How much? What is the total distance from the starting point? So we have, what should you find out? The hypotenuse. Okay. Since this is a right angle triangle, we have to find out the hypotenuse to get the how far is it from the starting point, to get the distance from the starting point. So this is the distance from its starting point. Okay, so here in this case hypotenuse is x. I have labeled the hypotenuse. This diagram is not in your textbook, only the question is there, so you don't keep looking for the diagram, students. I have put up the ship and the diagram for you. Okay, I have illustrated the question with the diagram. So this question is in your textbook, page 130. Okay, exercise 3, question number 14. It's a question number 14. You can see, did you see the question? It's question number 14. Okay, but the diagram is not there. This diagram I have drawn it. Okay, now we'll see to the solution. Okay, here I told you x is the distance from its starting point is the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse is what? Hypotenuse squared is the sum. Hypotenuse squared is equal to sum of the square of the other two sides. So other two sides are 35 squared plus 20 squared. So it will be, you will add it, 20 squared is 400 plus 35 squared is 125, 1225. Add it to get 1625. Now what is root of 1625? It's a decimal value. You can need not round it off, you can leave it like that. Okay, so this is the distance. See, what is the unit of 40.3 kilometers, because it is 20 kilometers due north and 35 kilometers due east. So the distance from its starting point is 40.3 kilometers. Okay, so you understood how I drew the diagram, right? North, then east. So you got a perfect triangle. Now students, we will move on to the assignment section. There's an assignment for you. Chapter 4, Geometry, Exercise 3, page 130, question 4, 6, 11, 12, 20. Okay. So, practice it, students. Work out all the questions discussed today with on your own. Practice well, and this is a quoting from Pythagoras. Okay, it is better whether to be silent or to say things of more value than silence. Sooner throw a pearl at hazard than an idle or useless word, and do not say a little in many words, but a great deal in a few. By Pythagoras. Okay, so now students, thank you. Bye. See you.